I recently wrote an article for Credo magazine online and talked a little bit about my own experience in coming to understand the doctrine of salvation in Scripture, and what a difficult thing it was for me after two and a half years of study, really coming to grips with this, what was for me very, very difficult. And for me, it humbled me, it crushed me. It was a crucible period in my life. And it made me dig into Scripture more. From my vantage point, from my perspective, and the perspective of friends at the time, I never really went through what many went through, that cage stage sort of Calvinism, as they call it, partly because it was so hard for me to grasp and so hard for me to accept these truths. I sort of came kicking and screaming with, all the free will I could muster. I kicked against these things. And so we have to pray for that ultimately. The doctrines of grace humble a man, but they don't degrade us. They don't flatten us, as one theologian has said. They, in one sense, show us how special we are to God. They show us that we are God's prized possession, that He chose us before the foundation of the world, that God created the world. He created us. He gave us breath, and He chose us for Himself because He wanted us, not because He needed us. And that He loves us with a special saving love, and that we are His children forever. No one can take that away from us. No one can snatch us away. And there is a certain sense of assurance that grows within us. But we are all prone to be puffed up with pride. And so we have to pray against that every day. We have to flee from it and run from it, because pride is one of the most pernicious sins that so easily creeps up within our souls, and it's there before we even know it. And so we have to strive to be truly humble, and the only way we can have it is not by parading it, not by acting as if we are humble, not by play acting, but by being humble. And the only way we can be humble is if the Spirit humbles us. And that hurts. It convicts us. It challenges us. It shows us our sin. It shows us our blind spots. It shows us really how evil and miserable we are, and shows us how indeed totally depraved we are. And so we have to pray for it. And so to our friend on Twitter, I would say, brother, ask the Lord to keep you humble. And that's a scary prayer.